And now joining us is Michael Allen. He's District Attorney of the 4th Judicial District in Colorado Springs. Mr. Allen, thanks for your time this morning. My condolences to the people in the place where you live in Colorado Springs, the place where you work. This is a terrible tragedy, and I'm wondering, as you build the case against this 22-year-old suspect, what more you can tell us. Can you fill in some blanks about what brought him there that night and what happened after he walked in the door?
Good morning, Willie. Thank you for having me. Obviously, at this point, we're still in the early stages of the investigation. Those details are still to be determined, and I think it'd be a little bit reckless to say what might have been motive or those kinds of things. Obviously, we're looking at this as a bias-motivated or a hate crime type of incident, and we'll learn more as this investigation progresses.
And what does it mean to identify something as a hate crime? As you say, you haven't done that yet, but you just said looking into it. What does that mean from your point of view? How does that change things if this was, in fact, a hate crime?
Well, really what it does is it signifies what type of crime this was, what kind of motivation led into this shooting. But as we know, there were 5 people that were killed and multiple people that were wounded by gunshots. So those are going to be the top level charges. It will not increase the potential sentencing. It will just mark him as potentially as a person that committed a hate crime violation. And hopefully we have enough evidence to go forward, but obviously we know too that everybody that's charged with a crime is presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. It's always important to note that as well, even in highly charged situations like this.
In speaking with the suspect, do you feel that you're close to arriving at a motive about why he did this?
It would be too early to say that at this point. This just happened, just a little bit over 24 hours ago. So we're still in the early stages with this investigation.
There's been some reporting, Mr. District Attorney, about an incident in June of last year, a bomb threat. His mother called in. Can you confirm that this is the same man that was in that incident last year?
So I have to be a little bit careful about the way that we talk about those kinds of things. Colorado has a very restrictive sealing statute. I can tell you that we're aware of some prior allegations based on a press release that the Sheriff's Office put out from June of 2021. We'll be looking into that as well, and we'll be able to make some determinations as to how that may or may not be related to this incident.
As for the firearm, the AR-15 style rifle that is reported to have been used, was that gun purchased legally by the suspect?
We're still looking into that, and if there are any avenues to show that somebody else assisted him in acquiring that rifle, then we'll be looking to those people as well. But again, it's still too early, and I hate to say that because people want information at this stage. The people deserve to know what happened here as much as we possibly can tell them. But we also need to be able to protect the judicial process that will be following up in this investigation, so that we can hold somebody accountable for what happened here. By all accounts, it's one person, and that's Mr. Aldrich.
Mr. Allen, prior to the shooting, in the moments prior to the shooting, the entryway to this club, do we know whether there was anyone on the door? Is there ordinarily no one on the door? I mean, how does a person walk across ostensibly a parking lot from his car with an AR-15 and just walk into a club shooting?
I think that's a great question. I personally have not been into the crime scene yet. I hope to do that today, and I'll know more answers as it relates to that specific question. But I think those are good questions to be asking, and it's certainly something that I'm going to want to know as well.
Mr. District Attorney, we've also heard reports about real acts of heroism from some of those inside the club. They were able to subdue the shooter before he was able to get off any more rounds. Can you tell us a little bit more about what happened there and potentially how many more lives were saved?
So it is my understanding that 2 people inside the club were able to respond to the shooting and immediately engage with the shooter and take him down and subdue him. I think those people are heroic. They stopped other people from being shot and killed, and their actions can't be commended enough. Absolutely heroic, especially in a time of horrific danger that they were facing.
Absolutely. We can't say that enough. And we know you're still looking into all the details. We look forward to talking with you much more as you learn more. District Attorney Michael Allen of the 4th Judicial District in Colorado Springs, thanks so much for taking some time with us this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Meanwhile,